and welcome to our first webcam game. This is Terraforming Mars with all current expansions from Prelude to the asteroid mining, extra map, and voting stipulations. We're going to be using the Mining Guild Corporation, which starts us off with 30 money, 5 metals, and 1 metal production. And our preludes are the Unity Collector and Research Network, so we're going to have a nice monetary boost right out the gate. Boom! This is my first attempt using this dual camera setup. Camera 1, camera 2. You can kind of see how close they are together when I do this. We started off with 3 cards in our hand, the Lunar Governor, the Cartel, and the Lunar Explorers, and in fact, I'm going to start off by using lunar exports. Now, what is Terraforming Mars? Really quick, for those of you who aren't aware, you play as a corporation and you have to try to terraform Mars in a certain number of generations if you're playing solo. With the expansions we have 12 generations to do it. After the 12th generation, if it's not fully terraformed, we lose, and if it is, then we just calculate our points, and that's how much we get. The overall goal is to succeed and get over 100 points, which I haven't done that often. How do we terraform? We can increase oxygen by planting forests. We increase water by playing water. And we can increase heat by playing asteroids. And we can also terraform Venus as well. We start off with a few cards in our hand. I'm going to use the lunar exports. Both these golds count for 10, so that's minus 20 plus 1 for 19 money. If we had steel, we could use it. And this is good for 5 whole money production or 2 plant production, but I'm going to use the money production to start off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an extra little bit of money every generation. And with 2 monies left, we can discard 2 cards to get 2 more money in order to afford the Lunar Governor, which we can play since we have 3 Earth sigils. The question mark counts as any sigil, using up the money that we have left, but increase our money production by 2. Fast money right out of the gate is a good way to progress the game, and these are what we still have in our hand. I want the Cartel with as many Earth sigils as possible to increase our money as fast as possible. We can't quite do that now, but we reach the end of the round, which means we start off our production phase. Our money production is plus 6, terraform rating is 17. We get 23 money tiles, 10, 20, and 1, and 2, and 30. And you know what? This darn headset keeps getting itself caught up underneath my desk, so I'm going to just shove the cable behind my tablet a little bit, so it shouldn't do that as much. Anyway, we got our money production. We get 1 metal production, 1 steel, and then that's titanium, grass, electricity, and heat, which we don't have anything of. Since we're playing with Venus next, that adds in a whole 15 extra points we have to do. We can increase 1 generation by 1 point, so we'll place a water tile right there. We can only place water tiles in the blue spaces unless otherwise stated. We're playing with the Turmoil expansion, so we're going to lose 1 terraform rating. Fortunately, we do get our money for it first. We do not have a global event yet. So I haven't played in a little while, so I'm just taking a look at the book as I do this. You know what? Screw it. Here's the book. Perform the current global event? No, the dominant party now becomes ruling. Change the policy tile. The dominant party is the Mars first. Oh wait, was I supposed to put a character in? Hey, look, TR revision. Boom, 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 boom. Wait. Okay, I missed out on my chance to do that, but yeah. That becomes ruling, and we get... I know we get something for this, right? Shoot! Okay, if we put a unit here, new government comes in power, boom boom, old one gets kicked off, then Mars first is now the dominant area, and when it becomes it, Each player gets 1 money point for each building tag they have. So, hey, that's 3, and here's another 2, making it nice, easy 5. Then we refill the lobby, and since my unit is there, I don't have anything in the lobby, I get something into the lobby. Each player gets like 7 delegates for all of that. This moves over, and then we add 1 neutral delegate to that one, the Kelvinist. This one goes here, this one gets flipped, and we add 1 neutral delegate to the Mars first lobby. And now whenever a player places a tile on Mars, they're going to get 1 steel. And then we can go to, oh yeah, also all of these go up by 1. And we can go to turn 2. Start of the turn, except for first turn. Flip over the top 4 cards. We can buy them for 3 money each, and this is where all the thinking of the game happens. Place a colony. Normally, building a colony costs 17. Even with buying this, that would still only cost 15, so that's kind of probably worth it. We have 26 to work with. That's 15. That makes it 23. So you could buy a card and just not use it yet. So this depends on if we want the Subterranean Reservoir to get a slightly 4-point discount on an ocean tile, or if we want the Import of Advanced GHD to get 19 point... No, if we want to increase our heat production, which might overall wind up being 2 temperatures over the course of the game. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, let's import the advanced GHD. So let's pay our 6. Get those 2, and the rest go right to discard. Although I get, because none of these have the building tile, we can't, use steel to pay for any of that. Unfortunate. These 2, not so useful. But here's the thing that we can do. We can use our interplanetary colony ship, going down to 8. Boom, boom, boom. 5, 6, 7, 8. You can still see all that, right? Yeah, you can kind of see that. I love this dual camera setup. It's nice and convenient. This goes to our place, but it goes upside down. We will place ourselves a colony, and now we place it on either Luna, Io, or Callisto. Callisto will give us energy production, Io will give us heat production, and Luna will give us flat out more money, which is always nice. Then, of course, if we wind up trading something, we'll get extra bonuses. We can trade with either 9 money, 3 electricity, or 3 titanium, but only once per generation. If we had titanium production, we could totally do that, but I think I'm going to go with Luna and just grab some extra money here and there. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's go with Io. Let's get extra heat production. Bunk. And then we have exactly 8 left, and let's get the cartel. Spend all that 8. Increase your enemy production 1 step for each earth take you have, including this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. And the cartel is there as well. Green border means it just kind of sits there. Red border means it sits there face down, so its sigils don't count. And then we just have these cards left in our hand to do more or less nothing with, because, hey, we still can't use steel yet. Onwards to production. We get our 16 plus our 12. We get 28 monies. What is my cat trying to do? I don't know, but he is very much trying indeed. We get our 1 steel, and we get 2 heat tiles. Sorry, digging around a little baggy to get all of these things. Yeah, I'm used to playing video games where it does all of this stuff for you. In fact, just earlier today, I did a Gloomhaven video game thing, and I'm going to debate on whether I want that to go up tomorrow or this one. Of course, you'd be able to see whichever one won. All right, and also we'd get to move our player from the lobby over to one of these things, which we should have been able to do, but we just Forgot about that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, awesome. And then end of the round, 1 production goes up by 1 automatically. We are doing very bad at this. Terraform rating goes down by 1. Shoot, was there another step I'm missing between all of this? Nope, that goes up by 1. Alright, colonies. This goes up, that goes up, that goes up. Our terraform rating goes down by 1. Because we are the leading party. No, sorry. We're not the leading party yet. This will resolve. Each player gets 1 energy production for each 2 energy tanks they have. We technically only have 1, but we're also the leader of the dominant party and also companions, so we get 1. Because we have the influence, which you can very, very barely see. Right down there. Boom. And then that goes, we put ourselves in power, and now we have unity, which means titanium is worth an extra 1, but when this comes in, we'll get 1 money for each 4, 5, 6. For each planet tag we have, which is, 6 money. A decent little amount, really. Bonk, bonk. And our other unit goes right there. Then this moves, 1 neutral goes to the fire. This moves so we can look at what's going on. And hey look, someone else is joining our nice wrath of science. Well, not science, actually. Unity. War on Earth. Reduce terraform rating 4 steps, but each influence prevents 1 step. We can only have as much as 3 influence. Oh gosh, that's going to be bad. I'm sure we'll be fine, though, as we go on to turn 3. We're doing very slow for the start here, but we do have, 34 money. We do have nice money production, so we can play more cards. We haven't been playing the cards to have events. We haven't even had a blue card yet. And as I say that, now we have a blue card. 2 blue cards. Their effects can generally be used after they've been played. Raise Venus 1 step for 12, that's useful. Requires -6 or warmer. We do not have that. We can hold on to it for a while. Your steel resources are worth 1 extra and it's worth 1 point at end of game. Only players when Venus is at 18% or higher, which it isn't. We play a science tag, including this, and an animal, and then basically every science tag you play afterwards counts as a point. And that will just give us that. So I'm thinking 12, 21, and yeah, gosh, we don't really have much. Could always grab that, but we're not really utilizing it because we're not getting building tags, even though we have so much steel. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's pay the 3. 1, 2, 3. Bonk. And then we can pay 9. So -10 plus 1. Boom. Increase our heat production 2 steps. 1, 2. We can spend 8 heat to increase the temperature by 1. And also we'll pay another 9. Here's 10. Get back 1 to raise Venus 1 step. Now, we finally raised the terraform rating by ourselves, which means we get 1 terraforming rating. 1 terraforming point. We cannot use the cards on the hand with only 13 more money. But with 13, no, we need 14 to increase temperature. We can use 11 to do that. We could also use, actually, you know what? Let's spend 9 money again. Boom and boom. And we'll trade with Io. It's at 6. Can you see that? No, you can't. It was at 6, and since we have a colony, we get an extra 2 points, which means we get 8 heat, which we could immediately use to put that. We could also have just spent 5 extra, tossing one of these cards, to just buy an asteroid flat out. We didn't do that. We could also pay 11 over the course of 2 turns, get electricity up to 3, then trade every turn. We also didn't do that, but heat goes up by 1 and we get another point. Simple as that, right? And we can, okay, so right now Kelvinists are the leading party, and we want to have someone in the leading party, so I'll throw you into there. And I'm also thinking Yeah. I'm also thinking I want to toss a card to buy another delegate, but that won't help matters. I guess I could become the new ruling party leader. I could just do that and then, yes. We'll discard this Worms card for 1 money and then spend all 5 of it to buy ourselves another delegate. Getting extra delegates just means more influence and power. Quite literally more influence when we change the ruling party to Mars first. We couldn't change it to greens or reds because the 2 that was already there would have stayed in the lead. But hey, now Mars first is in the lead. So in production, end turn, production, first production. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Oh wait, no, this is only 11, not 12. Whoops. 11 plus 17 equals 28 money, so 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. And we get 1 steel, 1 electricity, and 3 heat. So 1 electricity and 3 heat. Perfect. And then we can have this place an extra water tile right here. Our terraform rating goes down. All of these go up by 1. And then we lose 4 terraform rating minus 1, 2, 3. So we lose 1 terraform rating. And then all of that goes back. Mars first comes out first. Well, yeah, Mars first comes out ahead. Bunk. And we'll get 1, 2, 3 money for that. Put in 7, get a 10. Simple as that. This moves on to next. So 1 neutral goes on to science, and then this will come out. And we'll get, 1 neutral on the reds. Solo max 20. If you have not enough terraform rating, you get a terraform rating when the reds come into play, which would make them good for early game stuff, but I still tend to ignore them. Regardless, turn 4. Usually it's about turn like 8 or so when things really start kicking off, so let's try to see this happen. And I see a really good card, Aquifer Pumping. We can spend 8 money, but we can use steel in place of money to place an ocean tile once every turn. Also, we can spend 7 money to increase our steel production by 1 step every turn. Don't particularly so much care for that one, but I do need the Aquifer Pumping just so we can buy ocean tiles for the rest of the game, because 6 more ocean tiles, more than 6 more turns, we've got oceans. Immigration shuttles will just give us money, but it costs 34 to give us what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 34 to give us 40 money and maybe extra point. Yeah, 34 to give us maybe 40 money, so it is technically worth it in the long run, but not worth it necessarily. So I say definitely take the Aquifer Pumping and screw it. No. This would be worth it if we could use it this turn, otherwise it'd be like paying 34 to get like +1 overall. Not worth it in the long run, but we'll definitely pay the 3 for that, so boom. Boom, and then 18, so that cost 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And if I known that Aquifer Pumping was coming up, I definitely would have bought the one to give us the extra cost for steel resources, but couldn't have known. And with this action, we will spend 8 monies. Put the icon on there to show that, yes, we have used that, and we will place an ocean tile where an ocean tile is supposed to go. We'll place it specifically right here, which gives us 3 heat production, because the tile says so. And because we placed next to 3 ocean tiles, we get 2 money per ocean tile we place next to. So that basically pays for itself. Plus, we placed a tile, so we get one metal as well. So it actually did just pay for itself, or at least the 8 cost did. And speaking of paying for itself, I'm going to pay 8 to increase heat by 1. Terraforming goes up 1 for the ocean and 1 for the heat. And paying 14, because this is important, getting 1 back to increase heat by 1 again, get a terraform rating, and since we hit this mark, now we're at 4 heat production, so 1, 2, 3, and might be able to get, 2, 3. So now we can produce enough to make at least 4 more heat advancements over the rest of the game, which I will admit isn't a lot. Now we could toss this card to get the 9 money we need to make another trade, and we could say trade for 10, or we could trade for a 7 electricity, which will then give us an extra heat next turn. Or we could hold out on the trades for a little while longer to get more stuff. Or again, we could trade for a heat to get 6 extra tiles, and just keep doing that every so often. But first, let's see what we want. So right now, Calvinists on the lead because they reached 2 first. Also, gain 1 plant per plant production and influence. Don't really care about that. Calvinists, so gain 1 money per energy production. We have like 4, that'd be 4 money, but we kind of want the unity over and over again. So let's place both of our people in the unity, so we become the chair, and we'll get at least 3 plant sigils. Not, enough to end the world with, but enough to grow a world with. Well, not really. So yeah, let's toss this, No, we randomly drew that card. So yeah, toss a card to get a money, and then we can use our 9 monies. And we can buy... Do I just want to go with the 8 electricity? No, I want to just go with 6 heat. Not enough for an extra production, but it is there. Speaking of production, let's go to production step. We're at 18 plus 11, so we get 29 money. Boom. We get 1 steel. Like, look at this bag. All of the copper pieces are down to the bottom because I've been taking all of them. Electricity moves, and we get 1 electricity, and we get 4 more heat. And then all of these go up by another 1. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And then we have enough to get all of the rest of the water done. So I'm going to have it increase the heat by 1. Just trust me on this. Also, I think those were supposed to be not actually there. Terraforming goes down by 1. We'll get 3 plants. Where do we get the first plant? I don't know. Anyway. Gosh, I'm forgetful. And then Unity comes in power because it has the most people flat out. Yet, titanium being worth extra doesn't help us when we don't have titanium, but getting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 money is still nice. Let's put away this 4, and let's get a nice 10 right there. Done. And move this down. Let's put 1 neutral in with all the plants. Plants are very important for terraforming after all. And let's put a 2nd neutral in for plants. And might see if we don't eventually let the neutrals get something, they're going to keep stacking up. But we can outpace them for a while. And then let's go to turn 5. We have no more cards left. So what if we get out for this? Oh, shoot. Yeah, ale with steel or titanium. Placement bonus adjacent to another of your tiles. We don't have any tiles, so we can't place this. Floating haze. We can't play this because we do not have 2 science tags. We do not have at least 3 floaters. And that is not at least 2, and we don't even need ocean tiles in the first place. So this is not going so well for us, since we cannot actually play any of these cards. So we have to toss back all of them. But don't fret, we can still spend 8 heat, increase the temperature, boom, and +1 heat production. Oh shoot, I think I put 1 in plants instead of electricity. That was what the issue was. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get back here. And now we can place our own ocean tile, and I'll put it right here so we get 6 money and we get to draw a card. And we get a terraform rating. So where's our 6 money? Right here. And the card we drew, bushes. It has to be at least -10 degrees. And then we can start putting down forests and stuff. Let's see. 14, 28, 42. We don't have 42. We could increase the temperature 2 more times. And just start, like, really pushing on that to try to get stuff. Which might not be the worst idea that I've had. Also probably wouldn't be the best idea, but not the worst at the very least. We could also pay 5 to make sure that either Calvinists or Greens becomes the ruling party. We can also trade with something. We can get, yeah, we can spend 9 money to get 13 money, or to get 10 electricity. That will turn into more heat next turn. You know what? Let's spend 9 money and get, actually wait, spend extra 17 first. Spend extra 17 first. We can get a colony to place a colony on Callisto. We'll get 1 energy production from that. And then when we buy the 10 electricity, we get an extra 3 because we have a colony there. So 10, 11, 12, 13. And now we are producing 2 electricity per turn. If we can produce a 3rd electricity per turn, for example, by paying all of this for that, then we can just trade for free on every turn. So, boom, and then extra electricity right there. We're not doing a lot of wonders for terraforming, which is kind of bad. Getting 2 ME for each event played and influence, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could make the reds be the thing. And get, yeah, you know what? Let's make the reds the leading party so we can continue to be in the lead. And then, wait, what is the reds' passive thing? It's, what? Okay, reds hurt us for trying to increase ME, so let's just sign with the Calvinists. And, I mean, I could do that and also throw something in with Unity, so I become the leader if they do put 1 unit in there. They're really gonna go into the science, though. But yeah. And then, end of round, we have 19 plus 11, so let's grab our 30 money. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. That goes off. No. All of this slides over, and then it makes another 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to make that easier, and then we can put our 3 there, and that's supposed to be another 5, so here we go. Move that off, and then, alright, also something goes up by 1. Do I just want to toss up oxygen then? So let's just toss up Venus. We haven't been getting much in the way of the Venus cards. We lose 1 terraform rating. Calvinists are definitively in the lead, so Calvinists will succeed. We'll make 5 money because we have 5 heat production. Boom, and Calvinists. Any player may pay 10 to increase both electricity and heat production by 1 each, which we probably should have wanted to get earlier. Oh yeah, and we had, what, 2 influence, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we should go another 10 money off of that. There is apparently, oh no, there is that, so max 5, and also influence, so we got our 10 money for that as well. And that's why if we use turmoil, we start off with -2 money production, because even with the lowering of terraform rating every turn, you still do a lot and fast. 1 science delegate And this moves, and this gets flipped, and then we have one more science delegate. So science is definitively in the lead. Bonk and bonk. But now we're on to turn 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have a lot of terraforming left to do. Pets card. Animals may not be removed from this card when any city tile is placed. Add animal to this card. This is just worth victory points. 1 VP per 2 animals. You want lots of cities to be placed or just to move animals onto there. Yarn. Nuclear power, you can pay 10. You can also use steel for some of that. And -2 money production to get +3 energy production. Good if you have stuff that really requires it. Spend 80 to increase your terraform rating 1 step. That's good in the late game when you have a lot of heat production, but the temperature is already maximized. So you can still use heat for a terraform. Otherwise, it's terraform rating. Otherwise, it's just strictly better to increase heat because you get terraform rating anyway. And megalith eaters. Add a microbe to this card or remove 2 microbes from this card to raise auction level 1 step. We will definitely be taking that. We do not need the caretaker contract at the moment. And I don't suppose it is worth taking because we're still... Yeah. So I'll take the megalith eaters, spend 3 for that, then 13 for this, so... Boom, boom. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 money back. 3 and 4 money back. And then we can spend no actions to add microbes to that card. And then every 3rd turn we can increase oxygen. So add, remove, add, remove. It's basically paying 16 for 2 extra oxygen steps, which is cool. And speed of paying 16, let's pay 16 heat for 2 extra heat steps. Boom, boom. Raising our terraform rating up to 20. Oh, wait. Shoot, I totally forgot to increase the moons last turn. So daft. We'll pay our 3 electricity. And, wait. We'll pay 17 money to build a colony. Hold on. Big brain play time. 15, 16, 17. To build a colony on Luna. Boom. Giving us 2 extra money production. Now we're up to 13. And then we'll pay our 3 electricity to get the 17, 18, 19. Let's just remove that and add 2 right here. Having the colony gives us extra, and also instead of pushing the white block back to the beginning, pushes it to the 2nd step over. So, excellent. We could increase our energy and heat production by 3 steps each right now if we wanted to, which would be a massive boon to like everything in the world at the moment. Because then it would basically guarantee that we at least make enough heat to get to the end. But we are forgetting we can use this +6, keeping 5 money, to place an ocean tile, which will increase our terraform rating. And I say might as well do that, and then we get our 6 money back, and we get that back. And then we'll just pay 1 to put a microbe on here. Now, if we had the 4th moon option that we could have had would give microbes, which would be really good for this. Then we could just keep increasing oxygen very, very quickly. And also with 30, we could just increase Venus twice and draw an extra card. It's always a bad idea to use the standard projects. Like, it's better to use the money for cards, because that'll be cheaper than buying standard projects. So you know what? Increase both productions by 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leaving us with 1 money, 1 card in hand. The scientists are definitely going to be in the lead. So let's put 1 person in scientists and then 1 person into unity. Big brain play here. End the round, we're at 21 plus 13, so that'll be 34 monies. Boom, boom. We get 1 medal. Oh yeah, that's right. whenever you place a tile on an area with steel or titanium placement bonus, increase your steel production 1 step. So, because we just placed on this. We haven't placed a lot of tiles, but we did place right on there. Nothing there, nothing there. We get 6 electricity. We get a solid 8. 1, 2, 3, and then that's the rest. 8 extra heat every single turn. These 2 are removed. The moons are pushed up by 1. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And no, a single player can only have 1 colony per moon. That's why you see the 1 blue tile on each, unless you get one of like the 2 cards that says that you can have multiple. Now, heat is going well. I'm going to increase Venus by 1 step because the next step gives card draw. And then reduce that by 1. Gain 1 ME for each card in hand. 1. And influence. 1. So I get 2 monies. 1. We have enough copper cubes, don't worry. It just doesn't feel that way. And then the Unity is going to be the next leading party. Bonk. Scientists are the next leading party. And we have 2 science tanks, so we will get 2 money from that. Should I have just dumped out the entire bag and just had a little pile to dig through? Absolutely. Why didn't I? Because I didn't want to have to face the cleanup, which I'm going to have to face anyway from playing this game in the first place. Now, I'm using these giant headphones for this computer, and I don't particularly like them because I can't hear like anything else, which is very concerning. But yes, player can pay 10 once per turn to draw 3 cards, which I think we kind of need. So that comes up. 1 goes into metal. Oh, sorry. 1 goes into metal, then this just flips, and 1 goes into the reds, but we still have the majority here in Unity, so everything is fine. Let's go to turn 7. 4 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lawsuit. You can pay 2 to steal 3 from someone, and it's worth -1 point at the end. From a player that removed your resources or decreased your production this generation, place this card face down on that player's event pile. This is actually useless in single player. It is actually detrimental to pay 5 for like -1 terraform. Technically, it's -2. Oh no, place this face down on that player's event pile. So you lose 2, but they lose a point. It's just a spite play. Decrease any energy production 1 step to increase your own 1 step. It is very cheap for energy production, but we don't necessarily need that. We can play a titanium mine to get titanium if we need it, and we can play a capital. Less energy production, but more money generation, but 29 for 5 money. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We will not make our money out of it, is the issue. So titanium mine is the only one that we really have, so I'm going to say no to that. And instead I'm going to start off by paying 10 gold to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Venus at 6%, we can play this to add 1 microbe to any Venus card. That's not a Venus card. We'll spend 2 microbes to increase Venus here 1 step. So 1 to remove, 1 to remove. We can absolutely do this. Let's spend our 10. Wait a second. Let's spend our 9, because we have 9 right here for some reason, to play Thermophiles, which means we gotta get another blue cube. Nope, that's a person. So let's do that and place a microbe here. Let's, while we're at it, do this and place a microbe here. And what else do we have? If it's at -12, which it almost is, then we can add an animal to any animal card, which there aren't any, and gain 3 plants. Increase ME production by 2 steps. Gaining 3 plants, because 8 plants builds us a forest. Very useful. Phobos Space Station, increase your titanium 1 step. Not super good, but hey, Eos Casma National Park sounds lovely this time of year. Although, you know what sounds slightly more lovely? Spend there, and spending 4 there, placing a water tile right over here to make 6 money and a plant. Bonk. We get a 4th plant, and we get more than our money back. Perfect! Only, what, 2 more water tiles to go, and then we don't even have to worry about that anymore. Also, bum bum bum. Hold up. Boom. We can increase heat by 1 step and go up by 1 step. I wish we could pay another 10 to just draw another 3 cards, but we can't. And it's only minus 14, but we can absolutely pay 3 of our electricity. Still got, so with 3 left, and get 10 more heat. 10 plus this 6 that we have increases heat by 2, 23, 24. And with heat at minus 10, we can pay 10 and play this card, Bushes, to increase plant production finally, which we could have done forever ago, I am aware. And we can get a couple of plants. Bonk. And since the heat is at least minus 12, we could pay 16 for this. We've already traded. We don't have the money for this because we only have 12. If we toss this, we'll have 13. We don't have anything there, so that's unfortunate. We don't quite have enough to build a forest this turn, but we can do so next turn and everything will be fine. And then trades and everything else are going well as well for 10, 11, 12, or even 13. Not quite enough for an asteroid. We've already traded. We could also just put a person into the Unity to make sure that that goes well. And let us end. We have 24 plus 13 equals 37. I'm not pausing because I'm trying to do math. I'm pausing because I'm trying to count. 37, and then we can remove these 3 cubes. They're just slightly off the screen right here, so don't worry about them. We get 2 more steels, we get 2 more plants. All of this goes over here, and we get another 6. And we get another 8, 9, 10, like that. Perfect. All of the moons go up by 1. It's so nice playing it solo because you don't have to worry about like other people. Let's put that up by 1. We'll go down by 1. Lose 3 ME for each building tag. Maximum 5, then reduced by influence. So we have 1, 2, 3, but our influence is 2, so we'll lose 3 monies. Because that could be any sigil we want. It's not actually every sigil, so we can just say, no, that's not our building tag, and leave it at that. Put that away. We have our party go active. Now we get 1 for every planet tag, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's get back our 7 monies. Oh gosh. 5 and 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, boom, 1 to the metals. And a 2nd to the metals. So metal is now going to be next. And we can change the tile to Unity, which doesn't actually help us, but I do like the get 7 money thing. Somewhat, and we pass the turn to turn 8. 1, 2. Oh, that's a good one. As an action, just draw 2 cards. We only have potentially 2 science tags already, but if we could find a 3rd, this would be useful for... Because it'd be basically 24 money, but drawing 10 cards. And since you can't just normally pay money to draw cards, that is very much useful. This is just pay 17 to get 2 money production for the rest of the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get half of it back. Like turn 1, this is a thing that you could totally do. Look top 4 cards of the deck, take 2 of them in hand and discard the other 2. This is pay 10 to draw 2 cards, which is kind of awesome. Decrease enemy production 1 step to put a camp resource to this card, and this is just victory points. So we'll buy AI Central and Business Contracts, because both have useful points. And speaking of useful points, we will spend both of the microbes from here to increase oxygen by 1 step, bunk, back up to 24. And what am I trying to do here? And we'll spend 8 here to play a, where did I put them? To place a forest tile somewhere on the map. Now you're supposed to put your cubes on here to represent like you own the thing, because NPCs start with a few, and if you play with other people, that's more stuff. But anyway, we'll put it right here and draw us a card and increase oxygen by 1 step, because forests help with oxygen. I'm not sure if you've ever heard. Oh! Requires Mars first is ruling, which it will be next generation. Play 3 ME to add a delegate to any party. As then, that's interesting. And increase ME production by 2 steps. So they are then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It almost pays for itself. And then we could just add more delegates. The more delegates you have, the more like influence you have over the entire thing. I'm gonna pay this 7 to look at the top 4 and take 2 of them. So, windmills, we need at least 7% oxygen, and it just increased energy production by 1. We have plenty of energy production. Decrease heat, increase money. Terraforming Ganymede. Basically, terraforming 1 step for each job intake you have, including this, which is bad because we don't exactly have those. You know what? I'd rather take this in case I need the extra victory points at the end, and then nitrogen from Titan. Basically, terraforming 2 steps and add 2 floaters to a jobbing card. You know what? I'll just take the 2 cheap ones and not plan on using them. Boom, boom, and boom. Boom. Because, yeah, none of those give science tags, which is the real disappointing feature of everything involved, and also don't really need this. I'm going to pay 15. We're drawing a lot of cards here. To terraform Venus 1 step, go up to 26, draw a card. Livestock, it adds animals, it's victory point stuff. Right now we're just kind of struggling just to get the victory, so here, let's spend the 8, raise the temperature to average of minus 8 degrees, get an extra victory point. Perfect. We will put a thing on here. Put a resource on here. Put a thing on here. Boom, boom. Whoop. And place an ocean tile, getting us a victory point. The real question is, where do I want to put it? And I'm going to just put it up here to get 2 more plant tiles. And speaking of plant tiles, we have the Ecocosma National Park. We don't actually have an animal tile right now, but that doesn't really matter. We can pay our 16, wind up with 5 money left. There we go, it's 5, not 4. Add 1 animal to any animal card, gain 3 plants. Back up to 5 plants. And increase ME production by 2, so 4 and 5. Easy, easy, easy. Now, boom, boom. We'll spend a little bit of energy, and do we want to buy heat, more energy, or just money? I mean, the money would only be 9, which would bring us up to like maybe 14. Not entirely certain what we would do with that. The heat would get us 6, which we could use to buy another heat. So, and the energy would give us more heat for like next turn. But yeah, sure, let's do this. Let's buy 6 and then use the other 2 to increase the temperature by a step. Go through that. So yeah, gain 1 steel for each steel production, max 5, and influence. So we're gonna get some steel at the end of the turn. Yeah, the only card in our hand we actually want to use is AI Central. All the rest are very much optional. And overall not the most useful right now. Where are all those cards at the beginning that are like, oh yeah, increase this by 2 steps, increase that by 2 steps. Lava flows. Actually, probably don't need lava flows. We need oxygen, though. We need oxygen and we need Venus. But no time to shout about what we don't have. What we do have is 29 plus 15. That'd be 44, right? Because 30 plus 15 would be 45, so 44. Yeah, an extra 15 above gives us a lot of extra, money. Although by turn 11, 12, you can be getting like 70 per turn, so like whatever. 2 steel, still no titanium, not touching that resource this game, apparently. Boom, move all of this over, get 6 electricity, and get 8 heat. Enough heat to work on that. Move all of these off. 1, 2, 3. And move all of the moons up by 1. Bonk, bonk, bonk. It'd be nice to have like a bunch of little cameras just like jumping around to like zoom in on all of this stuff. I should really rethink my lighting configuration. Maybe get a little smart light around the camera so I don't have glare right over here. Oh wait, hold on. Someone's trying to call for my attention. Anyway, we lose 1 terraform rating. Yeah, I do pause the video sometimes to do things, but why would I cheat? Like, I could actually just cheat. Like, I mean, I could, like, look at the deck and see it's like, oh, I'll put this card on top, but, like, eh. That would be lame. Anyway, gain 1 steel for each steel production plus influence. Do we want to actually give ourselves any influence? I mean, technically speaking, we could put on the greens, which I think the greens thing is... Oh yeah, we get money for planting trees. For each plant take, microbe take, and animal take, they have gained 4 ME each time you place a tree tile. I think we had some points in there. You know what, let's do 1 in Mars first, and then 1 in the Scientist, because the Science tile is really nice and useful. So we have 2 influence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we'll get 4 extra steel. Ow! I kind of cut my fingernail today, like, cut like a hangnail today, so you can kind of see a little bit of blood on my hand. Because I was dealing with some cardboard and stuff, so... kind of hurts sometimes, or at least it snags while I'm not expecting it, and I go ow because it's supplies. But boom, 1 for each building tag is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 money. Oh yeah, we could just totally swap that for this. We have 54 now. And the Mars first is ruling, so if we place tiles, we get more. And then this goes down, putting 1 in Mars first. Nope. And another 1 in Mars first. So they're both at 2, but greens was ahead first. And then go to turn. Oh, right. I forgot to increase generation. I don't know if I'm going to get trees at all. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get that. I'm going to just actually increase Venus by 1 step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all things considered, you basically get like 12 free steps in a generation. So you could just like completely ignore oxygen and just get everything else. And only put like 2 points in oxygen. Action, add 1 microbe to this card. 1 VP per 4 microbes on it. Pay 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get 1 victory point at the end of the game for that. If it was to any card, I could very much use that. Spend 1 steel to gain 5 ME. This actually won't be able to pay for itself by the end of the game, even if I use all the steel production. And yeah, 2 victory points, but no. Maximum 9%. Have to get this city before we get 9%, but no. And aero-baked ammonia asteroid. Add 2 microbes to another card, increase heat production 3 steps, and your plant production 1 step. I guess we'll buy this one. And then we'll paying 31, getting back 5. because we don't have the titanium. We're in aero-baked ammonia asteroid, and we can add flat out 2 microbes to that card. Increase, so 9, 10, and 11. Actually, you know what? Bonk. An extra, so now that's, 11 per turn and 1 plant production. So 3 per turn. 1, 2, 3, that's enough for like 1 cheer with all that plant production, and then that goes there. And we'll just get both of these, increase oxygen and Venus by 1 step each. So oxygen by 1 and Venus by 1, and we'll get 2. Lots of good stuff. Actually, wait a second. No, none of the other cards that we had the option of getting would have given us the stuff. So let's pay 4 steel for the 8 money that we need for 1 more ocean tile. Let's put it right here. Let's get our terraform rating. No more oceans to be placed, so that card is more or less pointless. But we do get 2 money back, and we do get 2 plants for that tile. So boom, which we can all spend, and then boom. And speaking of spending, we have to place our new forest tile adjacent to another one of our tiles. 12, so 13, 14, maybe. Actually, yeah, let's put it right there. We could put it next to the forest tile to get more money, but let's put it right there and get a little bit more heat instead. Boom, boom, which increases oxygen by 1 step and moves us 1 point further along the tracker. Perfect. I say perfect. I like to say perfect. I like to think that things are going good, even if they're not. We could always just pay for more Venus stuff. Don't necessarily want to get these things. Boom, 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 boom. Do want the AI Central sooner rather than later. Also want to put both of our delegates into here to make Science Leading Party. 2 ME for each city tile, max 5, and influence. So we'll get 4 money at least. And speaking of getting stuff, let's spend some things and use Calestro now for the 13. I know we could wait a turn and get more, but actually, yeah. Yeah, sure. Use it now for the 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. And also let's use this. Boom, increase heat by 1 step. That goes up. So I think that heat is going to be fine. Oxygen won't be fine though. I'm going to pay 23. Get back 2 monies. Now I'm going to just manually place a forest tile. I don't like doing this, but I will. To get 1 oxygen, put that up, and I'll draw a card. It's going to have a science tag. Perfect. It costs 21, and we've already done our trade, so we can't buy money. Get temperature and place an ocean tile. We probably don't need temperature, and we've already got all of the ocean tiles done. Yeah, so we absolutely could have used all 3 of those other places of ocean tiles to increase like oxygen or Venus instead. So that card is pointless. Basically all these cards are pointless. That's the card we want. All of that is done. That trade was done. You get these little like ships they supposed to like put onto the things. It's kind of cute, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not quite enough for things. Oh, right, we got 2 steel. Do we have a steel card? We could actually... Oh, wait, we have a steel card. We have windmills that we can't use. We do have Tropical Resort, so we could pay 8 and then 5 money. Let's discard this card. Spend 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for a Tropical Resort, which actually takes away some of our heat production. It'll give us 3 extra monies per turn. 1, 2, 3. Money, money, money. It'll also give us 2 extra points at the end of the game. And it's, building tag. So that's probably going to be useful. Now we're completely out, so let's end the turn. We have 34 plus 18. That'd be about 54. 52. Yes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 and 2. 50 and 2. Bonk. Let's remove these. Let's get our 2 steels and 3 plants. Yeah, don't look at what's underneath. Look at what's around them and realize that it can't be that. 6 electricity and only 9. No. Shoot. Don Baggy. Heat. And these all go up by 1. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And this go... Oh gosh, I think one of the first cards that we decided to not take was, yeah, for some reason I decided not to take this, where you place a colony. So it's a cheap colony, and whenever you trade, you can increase it by 1 and then trade. Which I really should have taken now in hindsight. Anyway, we get -1, we get 4 monies, so trade away the 1 for this 5. And then the scientist becomes the leading party because we have so many people. 1 per science tag, which is 2, because we're waiting for a 3rd. Whee! But now we can pay 10 to draw extra cards, which will be, you know, extra useful. 1 person goes on the reds, and another person also goes on the reds. So the reds are going to be pretty hard to beat for a moment. And we go on to Generation 10. 4 new cards to look at. Gene Repair also requires triple, and then it increases enemy production. Not useful other than just for the victory points. Kelp Farming. Because remember, we only have 2 more generations. This is basically 6, 7, 8. This is 20 cost forest, which is technically cheaper than it should be. This is effectively a 20 cost forest. And then, actually, after the last generation, you can use this production to build an extra forest if you have to. Oh no, I think it's just if you want to. So anyway, yeah. Fish, this is just victory points. Satellite, this is... For each space tag you have... Oh yeah, those are space tags, not, like, steel tags, whatever. I don't want the Gene Repair because it's just money. Yeah, it's victory points. If it didn't cost 3 science, then I'd get it just to draw more cards, but no. But I'll take the Kelp Farming and pay 3 for that. But before I play a card, I'm going to pay 10 and draw 3 cards. We can get Public Celebrations. As long as we're the chairman, we can just pay 8, throw out some fireworks. It's worth 2 victory points at end of game. Solar Power. We might as well use our resources for that eventually. Biomass Combustors. Extra energy, but it's minus a victory point, so whichever is really. Let us pay that to increase money production by 2, so 19, and now we're at 20 extra money production flat, plus 3 plant production, so 4, 5, 6, and plus 2 plants right now. Perfect. And unfortunately, yeah, no science tags to claim. That is the most annoying thing about all of it. I can't just get science. 8, 16. Okay, let's pay the 21, get back 5, and go up by 2, which is 2. And then we would get to place water tile, but all the water tiles have been placed, so there's nothing about that to worry about. In fact, let's just move both of these here. Let's put 1 on both of these. Bonk, bonk. And we could get extra money and just start buying our way through Venus, which it looks like we're going to have to do. So, 25, 26, 27, 28. Let's go 29 and 30. Tossing some of our extra cards that we've drawn. Lose 4 enemy for each city tile, max 5, then reduced by influence. So, I'll be fine as long as I put 1 person in the right plot. Let's face up by 2, which increases our terraform rating by 3 because it says we get an extra. So, you know, perfect, just like that. And yeah, it looks like the reds are going to happen. which is really, really, really bad for us if we want to raise our terraform rating because it's going to cost us money to do so. But we could also say buy an extra 15. Yeah. Let's buy an extra point of Venus. Luna. And then buy the extra point of Venus to give us more money. 1 through 5 and 6 cards. And yeah, we are in essence done for the turn. We are 2 plants away from being able to afford a thing, and we don't have stuff to just give us extra plants. So we end at 39 plus 20, so we get 59. 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 2 from that, plus 6 from this. That moves over. This can be combined in 110. So we have that, and we have 9, which can take out 1 and put in a 10. So, perfect. These all go up by 1, of course. One of the terraforms goes up by 1, and I'm going to increase oxygen specifically. We go down 1 point. We lose nothing for the riots, so that's all good. Oh, right. As long as we have 1 person in there, we lose nothing for the riots. I'm going to put 1 in scientists as well. Red party is going to become leading party. If we had not very many terraform points, then we'd get it. But now, whenever we increase our terraform rating, it costs us 3 money. This is a bad thing. Of course it is. Neutral delegate in grass. And neutral delegate in science as well. That one is behind us because we put our unit there first. And on to turn 11 out of 12, the penultimate turn. 1 more turn after this to tell us everything that we need, and if we can get signs for that last turn, that would be nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So investment loan. We can pay 6 to get 10 money. That would essentially just be 9. So you can just pay 6. This is just plus 3 money. That's all it is. Spin-off department. When playing a card with basic cost 20 or more, draw a card. We're not bound to get this. Hydrogen to Venus. Raise Venus 1 step and add flow to a Venus card for each Jovian tag you have. This is just a 14 cost increase Venus, which we want. Max 7%. So we could do this right now to gain 3 plants, replace a city tile. But it costs like a lot because we're putting cities. And cities give us a ton of victory points if we get them. But we're kind of struggling to actually win here. Again, it has been a while, so I'm buying both of these. I'm going to basically just get plus 7 from this. No. Down to 19. And I get essentially plus 7 money from an investment loan. Better the later in the game that you use it. And then paying a solid 11, boom, boom, to raise Venus 1 step. And we don't have any specialty things for that, so oh well. And we could do public celebrations next turn if we think we've got it, but I don't think we've got it. So I'm going to pay 16, increase the temperature by 2 steps, boom, boom. Do we have temperature this? So that'd be 10, that'd be 11, 12, 13. If on either this turn or next turn, yeah. 10, and then if we don't trade at all, we get it. Or if we use one of our trades for heat, we'll get it. Or if we just pay for it, so we can get temperature. Or actually, we don't have to worry about temperature as long as we get the oxygen. Then temperature is going to be completely fine. We don't have to care about buying electricity or temperature. We can literally just buy money like twice. And yeah, getting both electricity and heat as trades is kind of meh. And yeah, these cards don't really care. But yeah, let's pay the 10. Actually, I mean 8. Let's pay 8 plants And put down another forest house somewhere that we are close to. Put it down right there so we get 4 money. Bunk and bunk. Raise oxygen, and that raises temperature. Boom, boom. So temperature is perfect. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more terraformings. Let's pay... What? Just pay the solid 30 to raise Venus by 2 steps because... Oh wait, shoot. How much should we raise our terraforming by this turn? Technically, we didn't have to raise our heat by 2. Right there, so... But we did just increase... Again, we also didn't really have to increase our oxygen and our heat this turn either. So that'd be... Drop the tile. And drop that. Both. We could just, like, not really increase things with the resources and just actually wait a full turn, get science in, and then push everything to the end. So if we push that back again, and we didn't place a water tile, and I don't think we increased Venus, so this is unfortunate. What do we even play? We got, well, that's right, we got money. We used this card for Venus. So we did increase Venus once. Let's get back our 11 cost. Let's repay our 4 for that. Shoot. I'd have to jump back in the video to know exactly all that we did. Let's jump back to 38. Yeah, 38, right? There's like 38. No, it's 39. That's right. So that's where we were. And then if we don't increase our terraform rating at all this turn, then we can instead increase it all next turn. Right, 30, 40, 50, 60 with the extra money that we are apparently not going to use. But I do want to get a nice trade in. There's no real point to do it for either of these, so I'm going to just trade in my electricity for 6 extra money. Right, because I forgot. Reds are bad. The reds are bad. First player places an ocean tile. Gain 1 plant and 1 steel per influence. So we can do that, become the leading party, and then we can get 1 plant and 2 plants and 2 steel. We can end the turn, raise Venus with the end of turn raising. Let's see, 38 plus 19. Yeah, 40 plus 20 would be 60, so it's 3 less than that, so it's 57 money. Basically, yeah, just do a whole turn of nothing, and then do a bunch later. Yeah, 57 money. Yes. 10, 20, and 30. Sorry. 40, 50. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55, and actually that will go up to that, so 56, 57, and then that's there, and that would be 6 right there, 7, 8, 9, 10 plants. Oh gosh. I am actually authentically out of gold cubes, because I sorted all of my Terraforming Mars stuff into, the box is all of the solo stuff, and then I have a baggie for all of like the multiplayer stuff. Oh no, I have a second box for all the multiplayer stuff, so I can just pull out this box when I want to solo things. Then another 9, so I need a few more silver cubes. Oh wait, both of these also have another that cube as well, obviously. Boof, boof. Take 1 out, put both in there. Perfect, and then that'll go down by 1, that's already gone up by 1, these all go up by 1. Get 2 plants and 2 steel. Just go back and think about how I used to like do this. Apparently, like all day long for a good long while, I will get 2 money off of this. And I'll do that. Yeah, you see all that blue? Yeah, I've needed all of that blue before. Money. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 110, 25. 125 money. That already went down by 1. Science is now leading with moi. They can unity and temperature, although that doesn't particularly matter, except for, I guess, game priority on that. First player removes 1 ocean tile from the game board. You can't do that if all of them have been placed. Gain 1 standard resource per influence. Unfortunate, but last turn. 1. No. 2. No. 3. No. And 4. No. All 4 useless cards. I'm going to spend 10. I'm going to just flat out draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Ice Asteroid is useless. Strip Mine is... Actually, raise Auction 2 steps. That is actually useful. Venus Soils could have proven useful, but are not proving themselves useful. 1 turn earlier, and who knows, maybe, but it could have, but it is not. So anyway, Venus goes up by 1. Temperature, that goes up by 1, that goes up by 1. 1, 2, 3. 10, 15, 20, 8, 16, 24. So 24, putting heat up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Heat is now done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Just 10 more increases, but all this turn. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 25 total. And if it's over here, you can't exactly see it. But yeah, let's strip mine. Decrease energy production, increase steel production, get a titanium production. That's not going to apply anything, but get 2 oxygen because apparently strip mining puts oxygen into the environment. Also, did I mention no more science sigils? How rare are those things going to be? I don't know. Also, spend 8 forestry tiles and place this forest and get 4 money. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. So, actually useless, that I could use, and this I want to use. So, let's use Hydrogen to Venus. Get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 back. Raise Venus by 1 step, and we don't have any Jupiter tags, but Venus goes up by 1. Our terraforming goes up by 1. We could just place forests around the ocean tiles to get more money to keep placing more forests. That's probably going to be what we're going to have to do. Although, what is this, 23? 23 for a forest. Yeah, if we could just put them up here, I totally would. Putting them down there won't help anything, so let's just do this and get extra 2 monies for it. Oxygen goes up by 1. We get a temperature. Pay another 23 to put down another forest. We do get a steel though, which means our steel production is now like 5. We get our 4 money, but more importantly, oxygen goes up by 1 and we get a point. And then another 23 to place another forest tile right here, we only get 2 money this time. But auction goes up by 1 and we get a point, and then 23 for the last time we'll be able to afford it. 23. Well, last time we'll have to afford it at least. Do that, get back 4 money. Also get 2 plants that are really not pulling their weight. Final oxygen, so we got 3 of the 4 steps. We just need to increase Venus by like 3. So we can increase it by 1 by paying this 15. Boof. Boof. Yeah, I always have the problem of just never considering Venus. We have 4 money. We can spend some electricity to get 6 more money. Okay, yeah, now we're at 10. Oh gosh, check this out. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We increase Venus 1 more point. At 52. We cannot afford the public celebrations, unfortunately. Could we afford windmill? Could we afford windmills? 1, 2, 3, 4? No, we cannot. But we just barely made it to 1 less, and then... yeah. It's like, the real questions to be answered are, if I could, yeah, where is the actual rule book? I think that's... yeah, whatever. And then end of turn. Bonk. Although, I think I can get the force on my last turn, then make the force. I could have just bought another Venus instead of a force. Saved 4 money, and then gone plant production, made a force, and then ended it there. So, you could say I just did that instead. Just to show off a overall successful run, if that was a thing. And then we take all of our cards and look for any like points that we get off of them. So all the cards that we've played. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 57 total points. And we just barely managed to get through here. If there are more points to be gotten, well, I'm not seeing those right now. But the important thing is that this was absolutely a total successful outing. And I don't know, this isn't too bad. It's a nice setup. And I do like how I got my secondary camera over here to look at more things. I just go over here and show off, like, wait, will this autofocus? This won't autofocus. This one will. There's a shadow from the tripod. It's a giant thing. Anyway, this video's been going on too long and I don't have any plans to edit it, so goodbye!